there's this very peculiar background where Google is working with the Chinese communist government and not with the U.S. military. So the Project Maven decision was a decision not to work with AI with the U.S. military, but they're working with the communist Chinese. And so the question is, from the outside, is just what in the world is going on there?
All right. Well, President Trump saw that exchange and said he wants to look into it, whether these charges that Google is being infiltrated by Chinese intelligence are true. Now, Google's response was, we don't know what the heck he's talking about. No such thing is going on. Charlie Gasparino on all of that. Good to see you, bud. What's happening here?
I really like Peter Thiel. Smart guy. He's a libertarian, on economics, which I agree with. Okay. We have to put his context somewhat into context. He's on the board of Facebook. Okay, so, and he, there is a theory out there, including inside Google, that he's looking to throw shade on Google to get the emphasis off Facebook, which is also coming under scrutiny in this broad crackdown. But as we reported yesterday, and it was before the president came out with his tweet, Google is going to get special sort of attention from the Trump administration. We hear that from sources that are close to the White House, that they're looking at him from a number of venues, whether it be antitrust, FTC, whether they play fair. And, it's all coming down to the fact that Trump and the administration really believes that Google, as the election gets close, does discriminate against conservative voices in their search. What the mechanism to go after him is, I can't tell you exactly, because, whether that in of itself isn't quite an antitrust violation, but, you can make a case that they're too big, and, maybe that sort of allows them to control so much of the debate. But inside the Trump White House, they are worried about that as 2020 comes. They also think it's a really good issue politically. They think the Democrats are there. They don't want the Democrats to steal their thunder on crackdown on social media. Most people are afraid of them from a privacy standpoint. A lot of Republicans think they're biased, and they may or may not be
what
biased.
If this is then just a counter that is not based on any fact here, that this is maybe a ruse to get after them because they're biased, if that's the case? Listen, and there's no truth to this. Listen,
I'm just saying, I'm laying out what I know to be the background, which, that it could be that Peter is just, mouthing off. He's not really that type of guy, just so you know. He's more of a measured guy, but, I don't know him that well. Based on what I know of him, I don't think he'd lie, overtly. Right. But what I'm saying is there is a tremendous amount.
Google is not allowed in China, right? They have Alibaba and all that, so you can't use Google in China.
I think you can. I think there's restrictions on it.
Really?
Yes, they restrict speech. I mean, here's the thing, Neil. The bigger point I'm trying to make is that there is a growing chorus inside the White House to crack down on tech, particularly Google. They think Google is politically, this is why this is not just a business story. If you own the stock, you have to be worried about this, right? But it's also a political story where it bleeds together. They believe Google is bad. They believe that it is too big, too powerful, that they control the debate through search, and they want to crack down on it. And you hear it, I hear it from my sources that are close to the White House, and now, obviously, you're hearing it from Peter Thiel, who is very plugged into the Trump White House. So this is a political business story, and if you own the stock, I mean, I know the stock I keep seeing green on the stock, but, it was green yesterday, too. Although it took a little dip on our report yesterday that they're watching it. This is something that you should be worried about.
How is Sun Valley?
We did not get thrown out. By the way, the police presence there, it's kind of a police state, Sun Valley. But these.
Well, when you're there.
Yeah, no, to everybody. But they were so nice to us. The guy that I had my run-in with the last time couldn't have been nicer. He and I are friends now, and listen. I feel badly for him in this way, not because I'm sure he gets a good check out of this. I think Allen and Company is they're just so Looney Tune, and they
host this company.
Yeah, they host it. Yeah. I think
media bigwigs.
I think they ratchet up the pressure on these cops to not let anything happen. And he's a great guy. His name is Brian Coughlin. By the way, he's a big-time New York City cop. I think he's in the bomb. This guy's a real thing. And now he and I are friends. And
I'm glad to hear that.
And by the way, did you hear the story we broke about how Lauren Sanchez was out there with Jeff Bezos?
Yes. That's great. Good job. I wish I had more time to explain that, but it's very good to see you.
Well, they're now out and about.
Yeah. Well, good.
Lovers.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Always good seeing you.